Yo, 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 what is going on, CoD Familia? It is your boy B, and today we're going to be giving you a KvK update for the G2 AB seeded kingdoms here in the War of the Last Snow season. So there's about, I think, 8 or 9 that we're going to take a look at. We're going to start with the number 1 KvK group from the G2 pool, which is 7009, and then we'll work our way to the last AB kingdom, and we're going to give you updates on the Zone 2s for how they are playing out so far. Now, some of the earliest ones opened up around 9 to 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. So as of recording now, you're looking at about 7 coming up on 8 hours of Zone 2 play, right? So we're about a half a day-ish in. But because everyone is touching tips, wink, wink, we're going to take a look and see whose tip is pushing the other tip back and forth, or farther back and farther ahead. You get where I'm going with this. So without further ado, let's dive into 7009. So the matchup is S2AK, WBS Rage, Sura versus VP22, TFS, WAO, and GDW. In the Southwest Zone 2, which is Enegad, we have here, let me make sure I get my right stuff, S2AK and Rage. They're going up against WAO and VP22. You can see that there are 2 primary fighting points that are being conducted on. It's the southwest, and then the northeast. I believe the northeast is the one that has a little bit more action going on, but it's kind of both at the halfway point currently, right? No one has really kind of hard pushed another back. So here we have S2AK, Siege Bastion, right down to about 70% there. I don't see any cities burning at the moment currently, but again, still open field fighting. Rage, again, looks like good field presence at the moment. WAO and team still holding strong. Again, doesn't look like, let me see, what have they done? 52% there on the tower. So, okay, so again, Rage making some progress there with their team. Looks like 63% over here on the VP22 tower. Let me see, have they got any of these towers down? Okay, so again, WAO and their team have done a little bit so far, but again, nothing massive, nothing major right now. Okay, let's go northeast. So, okay. Some action. Okay, so Rage is tearing this one down. 10 minutes left, or less than that, on that tower. Probably won't worry about that, because once they clear that, they'll get the disconnect. Doesn't look like they're doing side-by-side building right now, or maybe they could have been building over here to kind of take advantage to reconnect, but it could maybe just low on resources. Maybe they don't want to waste it, and they'll just kind of do the standard build, destroy, build, destroy, build, destroy, and not build and destroy, and then build and destroy and continue that process. Okay, so again, maybe a slight edge right now to the Rage team, but we'll see. It looks like, again, continued fighting, even if it is just happening in the Southwest. Okay, let's go northeast. This is where we have the TFS GD going up against WB Sura. And again, if I name some different acronyms, just know that, again, they're probably, some of them are running farms or shell alliances to kind of swap in and out between. Where am I at here? Okay. So for this one, let's go and take a look at some of the pain points. So we have one kind of choke battlefront here, but you're not really seeing anything massive being done here at the moment. Right, you do have some opponents, we should say troops on both sides, but again, it's not like a massive war that's happening currently, even if they might be a little pushed into the TFS territory there. Then we end up having the northern front. I don't know how this is going so far. Let's see here. So, okay. So TFS, yo, look, it's Gunsy Poo. It's Gunsercise me. So again, fighting a little bit here on that Sura WB territory. But again, nothing massive. Let me see if they have any towers. Do we have any damage? Okay, so 87. Okay, so they're swiping a little bit there. And on the keep. How about tower over here? Any damage? No. I got a bastion. Looks like maybe did a little bit there. Okay, so 62%. So they've done maybe a little bit more, but then nothing on that tower. Okay. But again, still fighting. Nothing that's really overwhelmingly moving the needle currently. Why am I still hitting personal building? There we go. Server overview. Let's go to 7010. Now in this matchup, we have, as I scroll up and down here, this one is going to be, again, the probably, I think, just most potentially hyped one because of who's in it, in my opinion. But it's Echo SVR MFD VW versus EXB TXBNR and HOUW. Now, in the Northeast is where we basically have the main event. This is Echo SVR versus BTX HOUW. And similarly put to what we saw there for the TFS and WB matchup, it is kind of 2 points that we're seeing on here right now, right? Echo being Echo and Team or SVR on the red, and then we have BTX HOUW in the purple. So again, no one's really pushing on this side. Looks like Echo Cav kind of out there doing what they do. Yo, there's Fob. Let's see what we got up here on the north side. If there's any, ooh, wow, lots of action here. Echo doing what they do best, just invading other people's territory, not giving a complete shiitake mushrooms about how anyone else feels. Just, you know, typical weekday things. Looks like some BTR members there. Looks like Echo getting a build down. Maybe does that mean they got to destroy, or maybe just doing the build currently? A little bit down on that tower. They got, what was it, 6 minutes left? Okay, until the build finishes. And again, applying good pressure. So I guess maybe you could edge and say slight advantage, but again, very too early to tell. It's still, for the most part, right at 50-50, but still some action that's happening. As we go southwest, we take a look here. This is VW, MFD versus EXBNR. Now, the VW MFD team, they're in the blue. EXBNR in the red. No one is fighting here on the south. I'm curious, are they building here, though? Okay, so no building. Are we continuing to build down here? Oh, they are. Okay, so they are doing a little bit MFD as of ongoing building, but it looks like the main action happening here in the northeast. Okay, let's see. Okay, so no. Okay, so I mean, again, they've hit that for about 20% damage. MFD VW applying some pressure there. And then we have a BRX tower. So that's getting destroyed right now. So it doesn't look like there's a lot. Ooh, rallies coming in on the Siege Bastion there for EX. So, oh, here we go. We got some more people over here too. So MFD VW, they're there. Oh my gosh, hang on, let me get this right. Okay, so, oh, I didn't realize there was like a little crevice here. Wow. So they got a bunch of people over there. And there's a group here. I wonder why maybe they're just not engaging up there. Maybe they're trying to pick off some stragglers at that point. But okay. I mean, they're kind of pulling, I guess, a little bit of an echo in this case, but, you know, still a decent fighting force that is there. But again, still ongoing action, right? It doesn't look like anyone's like overwhelmingly moving the needle. Again, either way. Let's go to 7011. For this one, we have FA, EIS A2G, SHPZ versus 30NA Ash 05DK and Squiggly Eyes. For this one, in the southeast of Enagad, we have FA A2G versus 05DK and OO. So again, the FA side in the purple, and then brown is going to be 05DK and OO. So in this one, it looks like they're mainly fighting on the southwest, which is, I think, what we were just showing you off for a moment there. You could see A2G. Let me see, 05DK is up there. And then wherever FA might be mixed in, okay. And then I imagine, oh, it's ORN, but I imagine that's probably going to be the Squiggly Eyes or one of the other teams, or maybe a shell that they have up there. Okay. And then, interesting. So they were able to work their way all the way around. Okay, no building there. No building there at the moment. Okay, so it looks like most of the action consolidated here. Let me see, Bastion, does that tower have anything on it? Yo, it's YY. Is he back from maternity leave? Or is it paternity leave? If you get my drift. Which is a real thing, by the way. Okay, so Siege Bastion tower has been hit. How about on the other side? Whose is this? That's 05DK's. Okay, so that tower's been hit as well, a little bit. Doesn't look like any of the A2G towers, unless that's... Yeah, no, it's not. So it would have maybe been down here, right? Okay, so no, that's been hit a little bit too as well. 47%. There should be a tower. Okay, and this one's been hit a little bit. It looks like 72%, if I can read that right. Okay, so again, some back and forth, right? But nothing overwhelming so far. Then we go northeast, and this is 30NA Ash versus EIS SHPZ that we have here. Looks like mainly one battlefront that we're seeing being kind of, oh, wow. Oh, golly me. Oh, golly me. EIS is on this tower like white on rice. 57. Looks like it's probably at about 50-something%, but what did that say? 56 minutes left. They're also destroying this tower, 9 minutes left. That's probably at what, 10% or less. And they got a rally. They got a rally coming in as well. Doesn't look like they're going. Oh, are they? Okay, so they're not going up there. So probably their plan is let's just push here. Is there action there? No. Okay. So in that case, EIS and friends are pushing 30 NA right now. So maybe slight edge-ish, if you will. Again, they have to get a little bit farther, right, for it to be really certain. But it looks like, at least in this moment, right, that they are doing a little pushing. We'll have to see how things go, right, going into the end of day 1, day 2. All right, let's go to 70-12. For 70-12, this matchup we have is going to be GG, ROV, AC, MBH versus 25IW, Seal, Lion, and IWG. Now for this one, in Northeast is Karadeg. We have GG, MBH versus LC, which is Lion, and 25IW. Now the GG side is in brown, and the Lion side is in red. Here, if we go to the middle, looks like they're doing some building up here maybe, but nothing's connecting. Okay, so nothing hard connecting yet. So they're most likely fighting it out here. Looks like on the plateau, and looks like we are going at it. So 25 IL, we got some GG peeps there. Okay. Again, still going, nothing. It doesn't look like, right? Again, they'd have to work their way. I mean, red is a little bit farther on the plateau. That's true. So they'd have to kind of push GG back to, looks like one ramp on the west side. On the west side? Because again, there doesn't look like there's more than that. So their idea is basically, hey, let's go over here because we have to try and push the ramp that way, right? Going southwest. But okay. So again, still fighting, ongoing action. Let's go southwest. Here, we are going to have ROVAC versus Seal and IWV. Now, again, we have the Seal team in the blue, and then we have the ROV/AC team in the purple. And this is kind of like a 2 battlefront situation as well, similar to what we saw on, I believe, the TFS side. Wow, lots of troops out in the field. Let's see what's cracking here. 63% on the ROV side. Let me see. IW, 72% on that tower. Doesn't look like anything else there at the moment. And then as we go, 20% there on the IW tower, which is for them in Lion. Again, looks like AC, ROS, really good field presence right now. And it looks like they're pretty much in control, at least at the moment, for field. And they're pushing them back, or at least trying to push them back. Ooh, I like this little crevice run right here. That's pretty cool. Working down the Siege Bastion. This as well. Looks like getting a little bit of repair on that. Okay. So again, maybe edge here, even if it's a little bit, goes to the AC and ROS slash ROV team. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. This is 70-13. So in this matchup for 70-13, we have NF57, 14BS, SG97 EVG going up against 21SW, RP, RFF, and WOW. Yes, pun intended. In the Northeast, for Karadeg, we have 14BS and NF57. They are going to be, I believe, on the purple side. And then we have RFF and Coffee. I'm forgetting the other peeps, but basically they're in the blue. And here, for the most part, I guess you could say there's 2 fronts, one over here and here, but it looks like the majority of the action happening here when we were just looking. And again, right, people are definitely going at it because tips have just touched. Platonically, of course. We got to keep it PG for the fam out there. So, again, still seeing some action. It doesn't look like anyone's really overwhelmingly pushed. We got 73% on that tower, so about 23 or 27% has been hit. 20% damage done on that tower. Nothing on that one. Probably have to go up a little bit higher. Okay. Oh, that might just be doing an upgrade. Let me see. Tower here. Okay, a little repair there, maybe. Or no, never mind. Maybe just an upgrade. Okay. So again, doesn't look like anything kind of overwhelming on that front. Nothing's really being pushed over here. Got some troops, but nothing shockingly. Okay, got some build coming over here. It looks like another tower. Maybe they're trying to work their way all the way around. Ooh, are they coming over here to try and plug this choke? That could be actually a good idea there. Okay. So it looks like that's where we stand on the Northeast. Let's go southwest. Here we have In Enagod, this is RP25IW, SG97, and EVG. Or versus SG97 and EVG, I should say. With who do I have where here? RP and 25IW in the red, and then SG97 EVG in the blue or purple. Looks like two battlefronts here, one on the south and north. Ooh, whose field presence is that? That's RP. Oh, wow. So SG97 and the EVG team, or BBY in this case, looks like are pulling a slight echo here. And it looks like monitoring the resupply route, possibly for the Siege Bastion, so they can get that down. I have to imagine rallies are probably coming. Okay. So again, looks like, again, field presence kind of going in that direction. Let's see what we have up here, which I have to, oh, wow. So we're getting, oh, wow. So we're getting some build and destroy combos back to back. Okay, this looks like it could be going maybe in the direction here of RP and, or excuse me, SG97 and EVG. Okay. So again, maybe edge out to them on that one. All right, let's go to 7014. Let's see what kind of acciones we got here. All right, starting in the Northeast. This is going to be NTS, BEK, MM 1-up versus ROD, UHA, NWE, and HCF. In the Northeast, though, for Karadag, we have NWE, HCF going up against BEK and NTS. And for the most part, there's really just one main battlefront. So we have NWE side in purple. The NTS side is in red. As we zoom in. Oh, let's see what's going on. Is that NTS? Okay. So NTS getting some destruction down. That's probably at 1%, I would imagine, with a minute left. So doing that. Doesn't look like any building simultaneously, so maybe could just be waiting on that at the moment. Let me see. Are they doing some fighting action? Ooh, wow, there's some fighting going on over here too as well. Looks like BEK applying some pressure. NTS looks like some members there as well. Okay, I like the coordination there too as well from the two alliances while they're working down and kind of fighting them on a farther front to work down the flag, just buying them kind of more time to destroy. All right. So again, nothing really seems overwhelming. I mean, maybe you can give a slight edge to the NTS side. We'll have to see how things go. Then let's go Southwest. This is going to be 1-up MM versus ROD in UHA, and we have kind of two-ish battlefronts, but nothing's really overwhelmingly happening at the moment because I don't think anyone's connecting, at least right now. Maybe they did previously, but not at the moment. As we go Northeast, we got the MM side, which is going to be in purple, and then we have the UHA side, which is going to be in blue. Now, some territory's already been destroyed. Ooh, wow. So that's UH. Ooh, wow. So that's UH territory at the moment. Oh, damn. What is going on here? Let's see. MM, 75B. I got UH. Excuse me. And, okay. So it looks like they're going at it. Oh, I see here. Yeah, because they're on their side, right? So it's 1-up MM, and then this is the UH 75B. Wow. So they're coming all the way around, but don't they have to? Oh, how are they going to do that? Are they going to have to destroy? Because they're not even building right now. Interesting. So, okay, so they're not building. Maybe they're waiting to build, or maybe they're going to do a south build play here at the moment. But looks like mainly just fighting kind of out in the open field. All right, 7015. I think we got 3 more now. So for 7015, this matchup is going to be Crud Sickle. Oh, excuse me. I believe theirs just opened. That has to be stated. But the matchup here is OMG BOM GPX REC versus DND BXS LPG and KOV. Yes, their passes just opened as of recording this about 30 minutes ago. So again, there's no action that is hardcore going on. But I can tell you in this, for Enagod, the matchup is going to be GPX OMG versus KOV LPG. And then in the Northeast, for Karadag, it'll be BXS, D&D versus RAC, and Nom Noms. It sounds better when you say it that way. Okay, let's go to 7016 here. And yeah, I think now we actually got 3 left. So for this one, we are looking at a matchup here of -FU, AVIC WGL NXW versus DBB LAW K211 and IFAP. Now, here in the Southwest of Enagod, I have Myth. Oh gosh, where am I? 76. Oops, hang on. Did I say that right? I did. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Some name changes apparently that are happening. So Myth and Law are here southwest. They are in the brown, or I think it looks like brown. And then it's NXW and AC. Either AC or AVIC probably is one of them, actually. But one of the alliances came up as AC. Neither here nor there. But they're in Edagon, and they're in blue. So right now, it's like two fronts that are happening. Let me see what's going on as we get a little bit closer to some field view. Wow, 1% left there on the AW flag. Let me see, who do I have over here on this side? Wow, and they're getting some more pressure here on this. So it looks like Myth and Law, maybe a little bit here on the back. Let me see who this is. Oh, no, that's the AD flag. Oh, they must have just dropped it. It's building, if that's the case. Let me see. Hang on. Is there any pressure being put over here? Nope, nothing really. And it looks like all the findings can kind of contain to here. Okay, so maybe it's still 50-50 down here then, and there's not really kind of one overwhelming side to the other. All right, let's go over here to the northeast. However, though, it does look like the NXW and AC team are pushing their opponents here on the northeast side because they should have been able to meet around here, right? If the amount of flags equals-ish to that, unless this might be the kind of forward or more, I don't know if I should say, well, I guess it would be forward coming from the NXW team, but it's here nor there at this point. So again, if they have pushed forward a little bit, okay, maybe they've made some ground up at that point. Again, still action and fighting going on. 16% has been drained from one of the towers. Looks like about 2% here, and it's doing a little repair. And then let me see any damage. Okay, so 16% on one of the towers there. Okay, doesn't look like we're doing any building. Still got some good resupply coming in. But again, the NXW team, no worries with going into the LAW territory. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Everybody wants to be an Echo. But again, looks like, if anything, maybe you give the edge out to the blue team a little bit here. We'll have to see how things look going into the next day. As we go to the northeast, here in KvK, we have -FU WGL versus DBB and K211. DBB team in pink, the -FU team in orange. And again, kind of similar to what we saw before here, I think with the TFS team, right? It's kind of like most of it condensed to the middle. Let's see who is leaning on who. Wow. So we have the -FU team applying some pressure here on the DBB front. They looks like, well, 7% left on the tower for DBB. They have no problem diving in. Looks like a little bit of pressure there too as well that's being applied. Was it, or is that, no, look, that looked like that was upgrading. That didn't look like that was in a repair state. And how about here in the northeast? Okay, so a little bit of action up here with WG. It looks like they're fighting up against 211 a little bit more. 16% off one tower. Do we have anything here? Nope, so nothing on that one. I think that'd be the only ones touching, unless they wanted to access another, but I don't think anything was hit. Oh, wow, so yeah, 20% was hit on that too as well. Okay, but again, still fighting and duking it out. As we get to 70-17, I should say. I think we got 2 left now. For this matchup, it is going to be POTC, BB, FG, KOD versus ED2, RSYN, IR, and KIN. In the northeast of KvK, we have ED, RSYN versus FG and KOD. RSYN in yellow, the FG team in, I think, red, if that's the right color. So let's see what we have going on here. It looks like maybe, oh wow, so it looks like maybe they've already lost a little bit. Oh, never mind, reverse card there. So 12 minutes left on that for the KIN. Oh, wow. Huh. If that was. No, that's going to be for the FA. And where am I here? Oh, I guess that's the KOD FG team. Oh, I see, because I probably went back to the home. That's why I called them FG, because I looked at the starting zone. Okay, but it looks like ED's applying pressure, though. Not too long there on that. Did they have something going on? What's going on over here? Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, maybe it's a swap or something, because there's RSY, yeah, and ED. Okay. Any towers being built in either direction up here? Oh, a little bit. Oh, wait, hang on. Never mind. Nope. That's just RSYN applying some pressure. Okay, sure. So at this point, it looks like, okay, maybe unless ED and RSYN have just been kind of applying pressure the whole time, and now they're just kind of making up a little bit more ground, because it looks like visually the red team had a little bit more territory. Okay, so maybe now they're fighting back. Okay, that, again, might be one to keep our eye on a little bit more and continue watching. All right. As we go to the Southwest, here in Enagod, this is going to be Kin, IA versus POTC and BB. Two fronts going on. We have the Kin team in the blue, and then we have the POTC BB team in the red. Starting in the Southwest Battlefront. Ooh, aggression is happening. What do we have here? 12 minutes left on that one. And I think that was an IA flag. No, assuming that was a Kin flag there. Okay, wow. So it looks like BB and team applying some pressure. It looks like they took about 19% damage on theirs, but nothing really major beyond that. Okay. You guys do you. This kind of feels like somewhat about the halfway point to me. Ooh, wow. So we got some action going on here on this hard choke. I'd like this kind of short choke here. So IA, POTC, BB looks like they're fighting it out. We got an IR flag dropping there. Okay, IA placed a fog. Placed a fog play there. Okay, 18% off that from the POTC and BB team. Okay, so again, I guess still going at it, right? It's not like anything's super overwhelmingly definitive at that point. And let's get to the last group here, which is going to be 70-18. This is going to be RK, Block DKTC versus Laws, AXC, SOS, and 3-3. In the Southwest of Enagod, it's RKDP versus AXT and SOS. AXT in the purple, and then we have Laws over here in the green. So I don't think anything's happening here, though. Let me see. Oh, wait, hang on. Were they doing an additional build? Nope. So nothing's being built there. I don't think anything would be built there, so it probably looks like most of the action is still, damn! It is still popping, dude. This is actually pretty cool. Let me not die. Oh, God, it's coming out of nowhere. Okay, I'm good. Agua saved me. Whew. 40% though left on that Siege Bastion. Contested right now. And man, they got like a nice little open field war going on. Doesn't seem like it's overwhelmingly going in any one direction. But again, nice to still see some action. As we get to the last zone now, for last group, we go northeast. Here to Karadag, this is Laws 3-3 versus TC and Block. On this one, we got the TC Block in the purple-blue, and then in the pink is the other team. Let me see here. It looks like one Battlefront that we have. Ooh, someone's territory got removed. That was VV. Ooh, wow. Okay. So maybe a little bit of pressure here being applied from TC Block. Ooh, damn. Shit, damn. Okay. All right. All right, man. Let's see what you guys got. Jeez. Okay. So again, these are probably just shells, right? Other alliances that they're utilizing. 41% build there. Nothing getting pressured from there. Okay. And I have to imagine probably them just trying to get another build down at this point. Or no, sorry, that one. Because that'll connect and that'll be fine. Okay, wow. So yeah. So it looks like they're applying a bit more pressure here on, on Laws and VV. Okay. So yeah, Blur and EOD looks like the shells they're using currently. I guess based on how this looks, I think it's safe to kind of give the edge out to them just based on how the momentum looks. But, again, we'll have to see how it looks the next day, over the next 12 and 24 hours. And we'll try and get you guys a day 2 update as well. That's pretty much it for us on the AB groups. This is kind of where they are. Everyone you can see is touching territory as we are around 8 hours into day 1. Hopefully you enjoyed this update, and most of you, I also hope that some of you will be able to go and catch some action too as well, especially while the action is going and underway. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. It's going to be it for me. As always, until next time, we will catch you later.